Christian Scientist because it's the truth. I don't know how people who don't understand science or don't have science make it each day. I really don't. Hello, and welcome to interview number 34 of Whatever. And today we have another special guest, Paul Perea. Wait a minute, what? You're interviewing yourself? How narcissistic is that? I know, but I just wanted to have some fun. And truthfully, it's hard to get people who want to be interviewed. Um, so I thought maybe you guys would be interested in my whatever and a little bit about my background. So here we go. So, Paul, who are you? Where are you from? And where do you live now? So, yes, my name is Paul Perea, and I am originally from Huntington Station, New York, although born in Brooklyn, and I currently live in Swickley, Pennsylvania. And what do you do? Um, I've done many things in my life. I've worked at 9 of our Christian Science institutions, um, been a New York businessman. I worked at Principia as a middle school and upper school coach and house pop. Um, Worked at the Mother Church. My last job there, I was the head librarian of the now defunct Copley Square Reading Room. Ran summer camp kitchens at Owatonna and Crystal Lake, and worked in 3 of our Christian Science nursing facilities, and most recently was the executive director at the Willows, uh, senior Christian Science living community out in California. And currently, I just accepted a job here in Swickley as the director of facilities and capital projects for a 100-year-old country club, which will present quite a puzzle. So that's what I do. Did you grow up in a Christian Science Sunday school, or did you come to science later in life? Oh, yes, of course. I grew up in a Christian Science Sunday school. I remember I was 12 years old, sitting in a Sunday school class. I don't remember what Mrs. Huber, my teacher at the time, said, but I had this like epiphany, white light experience where I just knew that God is not some superhero up in the clouds who loves and hates. God is love, and spirit is the only reality, and matter is not real. It was just like a real heavy duty awakening. And unfortunately, at that time, it was easy for me to accept that all was good, but just not for me, right? So I've had my challenges since then. And how did you make Christian Science your own? Were there any healings involved? I made Christian Science my own and continue to make it my own throughout my entire life. I think the a lot of the parables in the Bible are metaphors and or let's see, what's the best word? Prophecies as to what we're going to experience in this material dream world. So I've experienced the prodigal son. I've experienced being in the belly of the great fish. Most recently, I've experienced Matthew 5:11 and 12. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and hate you and persecute you for my name's sake, etc. So it's been the tares and the wheat all the way, and many countless healings involved. I talked about a bunch of them. I think I've got like 4 or 5 articles on JSH, and that's talked about some of the healings and demonstrations. But I've seen death overcome twice with the birth of our son, and my wife overcoming death, and then a student at Principia whose heart was stopped for 11 minutes, and he's perfect now. Countless healings with backs and broken bones and eyes and everything. So Um, these demonstrations, right? What does she say in our textbook? Um, they're great, but they really point to the higher mission of the Christ power to take away the sins of the world. And that's a paraphrase, obviously. Um, yeah, I look at each demonstration as a way to go up higher and serve God and witness truth and reality everywhere. All right. And why are you a Christian Scientist? I'm a Christian Scientist because it's the truth. I don't know how people who don't understand science or don't have science make it each day. I really don't. It's the final answer as to reality and truth and what God is and who God is and who we are and what the world is and how we're supposed to live our lives. And we know it's the truth, right? Because it's demonstrable. All right. And now we come to my favorite part of the interview. What is your whatever? All right. So I was thinking about this question, like, what would be my whatever? Because I have a lot of interests. I'm a fourth generation Northern Italian chef. Like I said, I've been a coach at Principia. I've run companies and departments in companies. Sunday school teacher for probably 25, 30 years. And I think the overriding whatever throughout all of this is that I'm a shepherd. I love to guide. And, I used to tell the kids in Principia, I was the most selfish person on the planet. And they said, oh, no, Paul, what are you talking about? Selfish. And I said, yeah, I am. All I care about is being happy. But wisdom has taught me that the only way for me to truly be happy is to be 100% selfless. So I'm selfish about being selfless. And I think that's the foundation of every good shepherd. Uh, what what Mary Kimball Morgan said, a life of selfless service is the only road to genuine happiness. And I thoroughly believe that. Similar, what does Mrs. Eddy say? She says, unselfish ambition, noble life motives, and purity, these constituents of thought mingling constitute individually and collectively true happiness, peace, and something. So yeah, I'm a shepherd, and I think I've always been. And why do you love it? I love it, I think, like I just said, um, because it makes me the most happy and it helps me grow, right, as a scientist. That's really, I mean, Jesus was the master shepherd, right? And so if our journey is to follow him, then that's what I try to do. How have you grown spiritually because of it? I have grown spiritually leaps and bounds. It's been one heck of a ride, tears in the wheat all the time. But I understand truth now more than I ever did. My first wife, Lisa, when she passed in 2013, that was hard, right? I mean, all of our trials are hard, but I really, because of that experience, I really understand that life is eternal now. I mean, I know it. And before it was a theory or a nice logical idea, but now I know it. And so when we're demonstrating and serving God and being that shepherd, we can't help but grow and go up higher. So, any healings associated with it? Well, there's one I talk about in one of the articles. I think it was the Online Sentinel article, Softball on Our Team Spiritual Scoreboard. That really, because that team, every that team were all newcomers, right? And there was no, like, the average one player on our opponent's team had 10 times the amount of games under their belt than our entire team put together. So they didn't have any human experience in the game, really. They're all, juniors in high school and they're newcomers, right? So, but we approached it from a real spiritual perspective. We were about to demonstrate harmony and joy and dominion and God in action. And that was an amazing team. an amazing experience. We had healings, physical healings. We had demonstrations where they would play for certain spurts where they had no business playing the way they did in terms of what they expressed and how they expressed it. And they even won one game. So I think that whole season really was a demonstration, and that was all about trying to lead that flock and serve God and all of us collectively serving God. So, all right, thank you for sharing, and thank you all subscribers for not thinking me completely nut job, weird, self-centered, selfish, narcissistic person. I just wanted to have some fun. And please, if anyone would love to be interviewed and share your whatever with our subscribers, please reach out. So have a great day. All right, this has been a pleasure. I hope it's been helpful to everyone. And I look forward to getting back to interviewing real people in the future. I've had a problem, it seems like it's hard to get people who want to come on and be interviewed. This interview really is like a Wednesday night testimony, right? I mean, it's led with questions, but really that's all it is. And I've asked hundreds of people over the last 3 years, more than hundreds, many hundreds, and I've only been able to interview 33 other people. So if anyone has a whatever and would love to share it, I think they help people. I know I get good comments. Please send me an email or reach out, and I'd love to talk to you. I know our subscribers would too, so thank you.